Oh, it's been raining constantly for almost 2 days now. All of yesterday it was raining, and as you can see, it's still pretty constant now. I looked on the Cairns Post website, and they said that Cairns Airport has had over 150 mils in the last 24 hours. So that's quite a bit of rain. And of course that's not the heaviest dump that's been encountered around here. Just leaden grey skies. And so I didn't even get out of the apartment yesterday at all. I'm going to take a different route today because the normal ones are going to be absolutely swamped. It's going to be a waste of time. But it's quite cool. It's so cool that I didn't even have the fan on last night, which is extraordinary for the middle of summer. It's more like winter weather here. It'd only be probably pushing mid-20s, if that, probably low 20s at the moment, which is very low for January. So you can see it's just uniform greyness in the skies, and moisture everywhere. We had water restrictions I think about 6 to 8 weeks ago. It seems ridiculous now. It's still good to get out of the flat, but gee, a little brighter over there. But it's pretty settled actually. I think it's not raining for once. Oh, it is. No, it's drizzling, but drizzle I'll take at the moment. But my lust for cheap port is so great that a bit of wet weather won't stop me going down to Liquorland. I just hope they've got the Wolf Plus $7 bottles of port. They obviously extended that deal for 2 weeks, so I'll take it up again. But yeah, so I'm just going to go over that direction there to Central, but I'll go straight up the road this time, which will give me a little bit more cover too, because there's a veranda right along one of these buildings, and it's actually a block of I was actually going to do a video on all the vacant premises around here, because there's a couple back there I walked past that are vacant, and when I come up to this this block that gives me with the big veranda, you'll notice that a lot of those premises are also empty. So commercial property ain't doing that brilliantly here. I mean, there's some big projects being built for tourism, but overall I don't think the commercial sector's doing that well. Actually, it's not bad walking out here at the moment. It's not really heavy rain. My sandals might get a little waterlogged. It's about the only collateral damage I think I'll get, hopefully. Of course, I haven't been able to go out on the electric scooter if I wanted to, but I got to admit, the idea of carrying that damn thing up through two flights of stairs has put me off. It's not super practical if you're living a couple of floors up and you don't have a lift. But hopefully we'll get some dry weather at some stage and I'll be able to get out and give it a run again. Yes, and things have hotted up in Venezuela in the meantime, and there's a lot of reports about whether Maduro is on the way out, and the new guy seems to have popular support. What I find extraordinary is quite a few sites there where you've got people that are still supporting the regime, in spite of the fact that the people are starving, oil production's on its knees, and you've got a lot of people apparently over the border, a lot of women prostituting themselves in Colombia, just on the border town, because they just desperately need money for anything, food, I suppose for their kids probably. And yet you'll still have people that are defending the regime in Venezuela. It's a bizarre world we live in. Here's those group of shops that are empty to a large extent, but the veranda still works, and that's good because the rain is not abating, it's constant. Don't know if there's a tenant in there. There were certainly a few vacant places last time I walked down here. Could well be vacant, they're just, but you think they'd have to let signs if they were, so maybe not. The Indian grocer there, they seem to have stayed in business, although I wonder how much clientele they get. I've only actually seen someone inside that place once, but there they are. Cairns India Grocery. Oh, someone in there at the moment, so there is a reasonably large Asian population in my suburbs, so that place is, I don't know, is that empty? Well, there's one that's definitely vacant. Oh, there you go. You get a few of these four-wheel signs around here, and this used to be a bicycle shop, and it's been closed forever. It's really been a long time between drinks. Still hardy people on push bikes at this, even in this weather. Incredible. I haven't seen a skateboarder, that would be something impressive. But no, none of them. It looks pretty bleak. A good old GoPro. I'm actually wondering whether I should take my my camcorder to Vietnam. I probably will, but it's bulky and it pisses me off. Whereas the this camera does everything, nearly everything I really need. And camcorders are big. They're big to go into luggage, and they're a bit bulky to carry around. I'd prefer to get a camera like an SLR camera that can take decent movies, and they do exist, because then you just sling them around your neck. A lot easier. Yeah, this is Saturday in sodden Cairns. Very sodden. I imagine that the supermarket will probably be busy though. People always have to eat. It's the old recession-proof thing. Always people got to go out and get their food. So, in my case, cheap grog as well. Yeah, it's a miserable old day. I'll be philosophical. It'll feel good to be back indoors once I get return home. But I think my backpack's going to get a little wet. I know my sandals already are. You can see they're pretty sodden. Yeah, it's real tropical weather. But we have had an inordinate amount of rain over the last 2 months. It's just absurd. But it was pretty well dry as a bone last summer, so you know, it's weather for you. Vacant lot there, that's been there for a long time. And you've got this big development on the corner next to it. It's yeah, I think there's a couple of vacant places over in that block there as well. Closer you get to the actual Cairns Central, more tenants you'll see, but you just go a little further away and it's hard for those renters to lease the places out, commercial rents. Well, look at me, I'm a total mess after walking through that rain, and it's still going, and it could go all night, who knows. But I love this. When I walked away from Coles, I came across, I was trying to open my umbrella at the lights, and there was a huge gust of wind, and this guy, he looked like a bushie, like the old Harry Butler, if you remember that guy from years ago on TV. He gave me the great advice of saying, oh, I wouldn't be doing that, mate, it's very windy today. Like telling me, stating the blinding obvious as my umbrella was being absolutely collapsed by a huge gust of wind. As it turned out, it was fine for the rest of the trip. It was a bit of a westerly, but I was able to walk most of the time without any problems with the umbrella. So much for his theories. She gets some characters up here, I'll tell you. please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.